Well, the rain really hasn't stopped at all since last night. It's just been coming down hard. They tell us that we might get a 3-hour break in the middle of the day. So we're going to try to go for that. As soon as the rain lets up, we're out of here. And just kind of make a beeline to our next place. It's all going to be good.
All right, we're off. It's a rainy morning, expecting it to be a very rainy day. What could be more beautiful than everything just soaking wet and cool and gray and damp and gorgeous. Look at those clouds out there. Got a nice cool breeze. We'll probably be chilly all day long, but could not be happier. This is the life. This is what we live for.
Looking out the window from our cozy hotel, the day seemed daunting, but once we geared up and stepped outside, it was only damp and drizzly, and we left Postojna in great spirits.
Love it. Gotta watch out for these spongy breaks, though. Up into the clouds.
You can keep going.
Okay.
Are you gonna keep going?
I'm gonna wait for Bailey, but go ahead.
The rain had fallen hard overnight,
Well done, B.
and the land was clean and fresh and radiant beneath the low gray ceiling of the sky.
Now is the point where we're off route, starting here.
Oh, okay, that's our route coming back.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got a path?
It looks like
Yeah. Well, that'll be nice. We're on our way on a little side trip to some grad, some castle. It's cool and it's wet, but boy, I'm loving this. It's just so great.
Getting all rained out because you can't get more wet.
Yeah,
Like once your feet are soaked,
Yeah.
it's liberating because they probably can't get wetter.
yeah, it's exactly right. Once you hit a certain point, it doesn't matter anymore. And I'm already kind of there. As long as my, passport's dry and my cameras are dry.
Well, I don't think your passport needs to be dry, but yeah, it's like if the thing you're worried about for the whole trip happens, then you're free.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Love it.
We rode on wet pavement until we came to a trail that would take us to Predjama Grad, our first destination. It was actually a side trip, and even though the rain had returned again with some earnest, we'd heard great things about this castle, so on we went. The road was wet and muddy, but the views were outstanding with low clouds adding drama to the day.
I disagree.
About this is the way?
I disagree that we go left.
I rarely take off on a cycling journey in the rain, unless forced by circumstance. But once I'm riding, the feeling is amazing. It's a rarefied experience, partly because in our daily lives we choose to avoid it at all costs. But on a bike, we're protected by the warmth of our movement. It's our nature to want to stay dry. But once we're good and wet, everything is just fine. Arriving at Predjama Grad took our breath away. Europe is so full of old castles that they can seem commonplace. But this, quite simply, is no ordinary castle.
The water is flowing this direction and down and then into the cave, under the castle. Like, have you ever seen water flowing down into a cave like that? Like, that's like literally nuts.
Built into a natural arch high on a cliff face for protection, it's the largest cave castle in the world.
Can you get one of me for me?
No. Who do you think you are?
So this is called the Dragon's Path.
Dragon's Path.
Oh, out of gear, out of gear. And there's a little sunshine. God, this is so pretty through here.
Yeah.
Partly because of all that rain.
Yeah.
And it really does add a nice little touch to everything, doesn't it?
It does.
So bright and so green.
We decided to make our way back to our main route via a shortcut called the Dragon's Path. The challenging rocky trail was made harder by the four-wheel drives that had no choice but to keep up their speed, forcing us repeatedly to quickly retreat to the side of the trail. But for all the hard work, the rewards of the views made it all worth it.
Well, I guess there's a reason they call it the Dragon's Path, huh?
Yeah, I'm seeing that now.
Fire. All right, the trail's smoothed out a little bit. Back to a very pleasant little gravel path. Sun's coming out. It's warming up quite a bit. Everything's coming up roses, as it always does eventually. Well, we survived the Dragon Road. I know.
By the time we reached pavement, the rain had stopped, the sun had started peeking out, and soon we were dry and no worse for the wear. We stopped to reward our hard work with a bite to eat.
I don't think I got enough to eat. A quick little snack break. I had a lunch. I'm hungry today. And we're off. Afternoon is turning out to be very beautiful, getting a touch of blue sky. Still got all those gorgeous shrines everywhere. Everything is just magnificent right now. I just cannot get enough of this riding. It is so pretty, so gorgeous. Wow, this is the stuff. Again, lucky to be here and not down there on the interstate, rushing to get somewhere. It's been a beautiful day, absolutely spectacular. Making our way through the construction.
What you doing, Dad?
I'm just fixing the darn tire.
Oh, shoot.
I'm surprised we didn't get a flat on the Path of Dragons.
That might be where I started losing it. That's possible.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I brought some hot tea for just such a potential morale boost.
Thanks, Feels.
All right, after a fix of my front tire, front inner tube, and a pee break for everybody, I think we're ready to roll. Only about 20 more miles. Well, there's our downhill. You're wondering where it was. Found it.
We knew that at some point on this adventure, our route would take us from the higher ground of the mountains to the lower elevations of the Adriatic Plain. And today, after a series of ups and downs, we suddenly found ourselves on a long, graceful descent of some 1,500 feet via a quiet road through spectacular forests.
What, wrong road? We gotta go back up? A toshchi.
It was one of those perfect descents, not too fast, but a breezy sail that reminded us of what makes cycling so overwhelmingly worth the trouble.
Pretty nice road. Gorgeous little descent. Hey!
By the time we reached the bottom, we found ourselves in an entirely different landscape, the Mediterranean Plateau. The flowers were different. The song of the birds was different. Even the culture seemed different.
Fabulous. Wish you were here with us, Julianna. And Walker.
One of the great aspects of riding here in Slovenia is how many different regions you can discover in such a short distance. Variety is what keeps a bicycle tour exciting, and Slovenia has it in spades.
So we just descended. How far did we descend, you guys? About 1,200 feet. Climate feels different. I mean, it feels more like Italy here, doesn't it?
It does.
Feels Mediterranean. You can see it in the plants.
Plants are like totally different now, all of a sudden.
Yeah, very different vibe, very different feel. Feels a lot more humid. It's one of the things I really love about bike touring is you can just have so many different variations in the day and really feel the change in the scenery and in the seasons and in the topography and in the architecture. How do you not love this? Oh yeah, we got the vineyards now.
A bunch of figs.
What do we got? I think they're big. And it's kind of nice to have those hills behind us a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels good just to be kind of doing some flats for a minute.
Yeah, or like a gentle decline.
Yeah.
The steep stuff gets sketchy to me.
It can, yeah. Especially if you're not familiar with your bike, you know?
Yeah, you don't know how good the brakes are. And,
Right.
yeah, it's scary.
We are just sailing through this countryside. It's just fabulous. What a beautiful ride this is. How about that? We got some palm trees. I always find myself going a quarter mile over turns, you know, all the time.
But thanks for keeping an eye on it, guys.
You bet. Thank you for navigating. I've never been in a position to not have to navigate. Well,
I guess that's probably
actually,
nice.
it is.
It's the least I can do. Other than that, I'm just a dangler, babe.
Not at all. You're the one who's full of great ideas and great
Limerick.
limericks. Well, you're the limerick lady. But also, you're the most thoughtful packer of all.
Oh yes, I'm so prepared.
Always prepared.
Hey, how did that happen? Like, we're not even scouts.
Well, you were a scout.
Yeah, I was in Venture Scouts,
Yeah.
but I didn't learn anything in that other than... Actually, let me think on that if I learned anything from Venture Scouts. Never be a secretary.
Never be a secretary.
Yeah, like as a volunteer position, never volunteer to be a club secretary.
It's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, it's just a pain.
Still descending and getting a nice little roll, but we are dealing with some headwind. We're pretty much on the flats now.
Very good.
So good.
This is extremely pleasant.
Very, very lovely. And such a wonderful change of pace, too.
Yeah.
It's definitely a more Mediterranean climate. Still got some more climbs today. Bigger descent, but still some climbs. It's a very hilly route. This whole Slovenia trip has been a lot of climbing, a lot of ups and downs, providing a lot of scenery along the way.
There's sladoled clouds.
Slagoled.
Sladoled. It means ice cream.
Oh, I like that.
Pumpkin!
As the day's end grew near, we realized that our tour operator had given us conflicting information on our stay for the night. 2 different hotels in 2 very different places. After some emails back and forth and a phone call, we finally determined that our actual hotel was many miles further than the original destination. Guess their usual hotel was full.
Oh, I bet this is where we would stay. Oh yeah, there's a little wedding going on over there. Y'all don't want to crash it, do ya?
But the afternoon continued to be
Okay,
spectacular. By this time on our tour, we were very much in the flow. I had even gotten used to my ill-fitting bike, and we rode peacefully on quiet roads through fertile valleys, intoxicating forests, and a varied and verdant landscape.
One of the most perfect days of cycling I've ever had. Insane. Hey, buddy!
puppy friend.
And that's all there is of Chipnye.
We reached Branik, our destination for the night, in a bright mood and beneath a radiant sundog. Branik is known for wine, especially Chardonnay and Merlot, and for figs and for peaches. It has a lovely church and a castle on the hill. From one point of view, Branik is hardly spectacular. But we found it to be exceptional. Someone had a bottle of wine which we shared in glasses as we walked through the town and the vineyards, taking in the views of the valley below, of the castle above, and shared stories of the times we were all one happy family under one roof, before Bailey and Kelsey had to grow up, move on, and start saving the world. Every day on this journey has been awe-inspiring, but somehow our evening in Branik shines bright for me in this constellation of experiences. As I've often said, paradise is where you find it.
Oh, Kels, that's a good photo. We're gonna share photos.
Rain, shine, ups, downs. Today was nothing short of perfection.